got some Elder Scrolls 6 to talk about today, everybody. What is going on, everyone? Hello, it is Skullzi here, and we got some Elder Scrolls 6 to talk about today, everybody, because another day, another one of those old-fashioned 4chan leaks like Mama used to make. And with this 4chan leak, we got a short little video clip, and I'm gonna break it all down in today's video because this literally was posted, I think, within the last couple hours. It's not debunked yet, and it is interesting and unique enough for me to consider covering it in today's video. Normally I try to avoid these style of 4chan leaks like the plague because they're almost always certainly fake and some kind of like really sad attempt at attention or something. But like I said, this one is interesting. But before I show you the footage and before I break all this down, remember, you gotta go get that speculation salt because all leaks like this should be considered fake at least 80% of the time. But remember, there have been some pretty high profile leaks over on 4chan that ended up being true, including one that basically announced Fallout 76 before Bethesda did. Let's not waste any more time and let's get to today's information. Like I said, this leak came from 4chan, only I'm unable to find the original 4chan leak, so it was taken down apparently rather quickly. However, many people, including myself, were able to save the video footage, and I believe there's probably a couple Reddit posts going around about this right now, only no one has been able to debunk this yet. I ran this footage through a bunch of different reverse video and image search software, and I didn't find anything at all yet, but that doesn't mean it's legit. And even though there are a couple things in this that could somewhat give it some credibility of being legit, there's also some stuff, at least in my opinion, that I think sets it apart as potentially being fake. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the footage. It's only like 7 or 8 seconds, there's no sound or anything, and it's pretty low quality. But keep in mind, the rhetoric of this leak is supposedly this is a very early build of the Elder Scrolls 6, like very, very early. Basically, they're just testing some things in this. But here is the footage. And that was it. It was pretty quick, like I said. And it does look like the landscape that was featured in that Elder Scrolls 6 2018 teaser trailer. A lot of people believe that trailer was showing off either High Rock or Hammerfell, or a border area in between on the Iliac Bay or something. But either way, we gotta keep in mind here, whether or not this is High Rock or Hammerfell, it could be both theoretically, because Hammerfell isn't all desert. There are some jungle areas, there are some more like areas somewhat like the Mediterranean where there's actual greenery and forestry and stuff, and this footage could theoretically be set in either one of those regions. However, it looks totally like what High Rock would look like to me, especially if you take that Elder Scrolls 6 teaser trailer as being set in High Rock as well. The landscape in the trailer looks almost identical to the landscape in this little leaked footage here, but remember, someone could easily create this. Well, I guess not easily create this. It would probably take a couple of months or something, depending on what assets they already had on hand that are unique to them. But either way, someone could create a fake like this, and some people over on my Discord server were saying this looks like it could be Unity. They were saying it looks like it could be Unreal, and I kind of agree with them a little bit. However, we don't know what the next gen creation engine or the next gen Bethesda Game Studios engine will look like or feel like, because we haven't really seen any actual gameplay in motion footage of those engines. We've seen leaked early screenshots of Starfield in like the early dev pipeline side of things, and not even on the gameplay side of things, so we still can't consider those leaked screenshots to have anything to do with how like movement and stuff would look in Starfield. And even further still, who knows, maybe the next gen Bethesda Game Studios game engine is going to utilize stuff from Unreal, maybe from Unreal 4 or Unreal 5, which would be amazing because Unreal 5 is a great engine, and I don't think that's going to be the case. But either way, like I said, most of this is speculation, and there's a couple things in this footage that I do want to point out. So first, like I said, no sound. and obviously, but as you can see up here in the corner, it says v.08, which anyone who has any knowledge of like patches and gaming versions can tell you that's version 0.08, and I guess that kind of makes sense because it's not even v.1. v1.0, for anyone who is curious, means that the game is essentially finished and ready and in its polished and complete state. You can further add improvements, which would be v1.2, v1.5, and etc., but this is v.08, so it's it's very, very early on, which would totally make sense here. And I guess some game developers would put v.08 somewhere on their testing footage, so that way when they look through their footage earlier or whatever, they can see exactly what version of the game that the footage is associated with. I'm not a game developer, at least in this depth, or at least with this much experience or knowledge. I kind of just mess around with 2D stuff in the Unity engine, so I can't really tell you exactly what's going on over here on the left either. But if you look on the left specifically, there is something right here that says ESVIRF alpha test, and a lot of people think that means Elder Scrolls 6 Redfall alpha test. But that actual thing right there, in my opinion, makes me think this footage is fake. Just that line right there, because I don't know why they wouldn't just put the code name on the footage. Almost every company has a project name that they refer to their project internally as, so that way if footage like this leaks out, it doesn't have literally the Elder Scrolls 6 on the screen. So that's something most developers try to not do in case stuff does leak out there. But here it is, it's on the screen, which is strange. And I guess you could say that maybe the leaker decided to put that on there themselves before they show this footage to the community. But I don't think that's the case either, because you can see it also says over here on the left, it looks like it says glass, rock, light, and then there's a bunch of other numbers and other stuff, and I don't know exactly what those numbers would be. Maybe they're coordinates in the game world or something, but you can notice the numbers don't actually change as the character runs around, so that's strange, right? And kind of these numbers reminds me of what like a Minecraft seed or a seed from a randomly generated world would be, and I don't think that the Elder Scrolls 6 would use seeds in that way. So what are these numbers? It also says alpha test. I guess this would technically be an alpha, a very, 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 very early alpha, if that's the case. And the actual footage itself just shows someone running up a hill, and there's rocks that look like they would be in high rock, I guess. There's just standard vegetation. You can see way out in the distance are hills that look like they mimic the same landscape that the character is currently running on right now. I don't see any flora or fauna that immediately pop out to me as being plants from the Elder Scrolls lore. I'm sorry if you're hearing my mouse click during my recording. I am watching this over and over as I break this down for you. There looks like there could be maybe mountain flowers or maybe short thistle bushes, but I mean, that's so just... I'm grabbing at really low quality pixels here to try to tell you what plant they are, so I mean, that's... Don't take that into consideration. But if you want to try to identify any like actual things in this that could support it as being legit, it's the landscape. Basically, it's the landscape. It's the landscape, it's the v.08, and it's just the general like look of the game, because this looks like it could be an Elder Scrolls game, but I mean, that motion blur definitely reminds me of Unreal, or maybe even a bit of Unity. And these numbers and random stuff on the side, in my opinion, although whoever put that there may think it lends some more credibility to the leak, I think it kind of takes away from it, personally. Just this stuff on the left. And, I mean, I guess it's only 7 seconds of something that came from 4chan that we know nothing about. This could very well be debunked in a week, but I don't think it is. I don't think this ever will be discovered. Like, I don't think we'll ever discover where this came from if it's not from the Elder Scrolls 6, and that's because of one of two reasons. Either it is from a very, very, very early version of Test 6, or it's something someone created that they will never tell us about, and that means it'll be left as undebunked, or just kind of like plausible for longest time. And another thing I want to mention real quick, leaks like this are actually a lot more plausible now, with a lot of people working from home with the global pandemic going on, because I would suspect someone to be more likely to want to leak something, or be more, I guess, apt to leak something if they're working from home, like stressed out or something, rather than them being in the office, because we all know that the office would have a lot more security features than someone's desktop at home, or laptop, or whatever. And although, yes, these could still be traced back to the original leaker, the chances of that happening are a lot less if someone smuggled something from out of the office. But either way, this is just like 10 seconds of someone running on a hill. It's fun to speculate about this, especially when we don't get like anything like this usually for Bethesda Game Studios stuff. And if The Elder Scrolls 6 is set to come out in 2024, 2025, or 2026 especially, then this footage would be right along the same line as what we could have expected The Elder Scrolls 6's development state to be in at some point now or in the last few years. Personally, I believe Test 6 to have been in development, or at least started full development last year, or even like the year before that, but I think it started last year, at least in the full swing of things. Pre-planning happened before 2020, but I'm sure that the main focus of development of The Elder Scrolls 6 happened in 2020 or 2019. Which means this footage could be a couple years old or something. I guess that would make it easier to leak. Then again, why would someone have a couple years old dev footage from an early build of Test 6, apparently the V.08 build? But either way, I really think that's everything there is to take away from this leaked footage. Like I said, it's from 4chan. There's no rhetoric to support it in any way, so take it with that grain of salt. But as always, what I want to know is, what do you think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you want to help support the channel, and if you enjoy the content, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on. And if you want to help grow the channel and the community, be sure to share the content, share the channel, share the video, get people to subscribe, because the YouTube algorithm really doesn't pay attention. The channel is underneath 100,000 subscribers, so my channel grows slowly. However, since I've been asking you all to share the content, it's been growing a lot faster. So huge thank you, it is highly appreciated. And speaking of appreciation, huge shout out to these amazing people for going above and beyond to support the channel and bring you content like this. If you want to get your name added to this list and get a permanent future video shout out in every single one of my videos from this point forward, you can support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. I was going to update this list yesterday, but some more people supported the channel, so I want to give this one more day. So if you want to get your name added to this list before I update it again here in a few weeks, now's your literally last chance before I update that list here today. Like I said, links are all down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when this footage was just a leaked video of Minecraft 2.
It just works.